What is up, guys? So my name is Imana. I started Radiant Souls years ago, and I'm just now making a YouTube channel to go with it. I'm gonna do like a brief intro of who I am, why I am doing this Radiant Souls page, and a little bit of background info on me. And if you guys have questions or subjects that you'd like to be touched, comment them below. And welcome to the Radiant Soul community. And it's just pretty much a safe space for like-minded individuals who put wellness and healing first, okay? So it's not about being perfect, because we all know healing isn't linear. It's just about wanting to choose a lifestyle that gives us emotional safety, processing our emotions in healthy ways, coming to terms with things that may have happened in your childhood that have put a damper in your early 20s or whatever. You know, it's just a page for healing, because we're all at different phases of our healing, okay? So my name is Imana, 28, Puerto Rican. My dad is, okay, I'm gonna break it down, okay? So my dad's dad is Puerto Rican, straight from Puerto Rico. My dad's mom is Irish. And then my mom, she is Puerto Rican, Cuban, and Black. So her dad is Cuban and Black. My grandma's Puerto Rican. So I just say I'm mixed for the most part, because Puerto Rican is a mixed race. So it's Native American, Spanish, and West African. So the percentages are different in every Puerto Rican. So that's why some Afro-Latinos look more African American. Some people have more Spain, so they look lighter like me. So it don't really matter. I just pretty much tell people I'm Puerto Rican, but that's a little bit of it in depth. I graduated from college in 2019 with a bachelor's of healthcare administration. Never used the degree. It just wasn't for me. I started my own business. So I have a beauty business, and I'm doing external things. Like I'm doing microblading, micro shading, lash extensions, but I want to do something that's more meaningful, because a lot of the time when I do these services, there's girls talking to me about how they're going through trials and tribulations. Clearly it's trauma that they haven't processed, and it's like, I don't know, I like being able to talk to them. I just like being able to help them work through issues that we all go through, you know, as a human race. So because I feel like I don't get caught up in all that, like, oh, you Mexican, Puerto Rican, Black, African, Indian. Like, at the end of the day, we're all a part of the human race. So if you're super on that division stuff, like, I'm not on that type of time. Like, I treat everyone as my equal. I love all humans, you feel me? Like, the only thing that could change my perception of a human is not the color of their skin, but the content of their character. Okay, so this ain't that type of community. That's why I said this community is for everybody. It's a safe space. It's for like-minded people. It's for people who just want to live a more bright, vibrant life, and not just a dull life where you suppress your emotions or you're not connecting with people who are on the same type of time as you. So I got married. I've been married before. I got married when I was 18. So I got divorced when I was like 21. So yeah, that was an experience, which we'll cover in other segments. Oldest daughter of 5. My mom has 5 kids. I've had to figure a lot out in life on my own, like when it comes to regulating my emotions. Addiction runs in my family. Like, there's so many things that I've had to unpack alone, and that's why I want this community of like-minded people, because just because you have family does not mean they're on the same time as you or on the same frequency as you. It's like you're trying to figure out so many things alone. You need help, you need community. So I know I have to create my own community, or like create a community for all of us that we equally have a say-so in, where, you know, people are just trying to heal and do better and make better decisions. So that's the whole point of the page. So right now, I'm just gonna post a video like a couple times a week on different topics. So if you have a specific topic that you want to be addressed, you can just put it in the comments. But I'm just gonna make a list of topics to kind of hit every week, and then make a couple videos on them, make some shorts for that, and then post some content to TikTok and Instagram as well. And then as we start to grow and expand, we're gonna start to have events for like-minded people. You know, we'll start to have a book club. We'll start to have like in-person and virtual meetings in different cities. Like, we'll start to have annual events. So like, this is just the beginning of the community. So if you get in now, like, you would have been a part of a community that's gonna promote mental and emotional wellness and unity among humanity, just in the early phases, because I'm building from scratch. Like, and I want to have a facility. I just want to have resources in communities that aren't given the resources to succeed, because we need help to heal and to get over certain experiences and traumas. We need positivity in our life, in our communities. So yeah, this is just the beginning of what's going to happen. So right now I'm just going to be dropping gems on what I've learned through my experiences, through reading, through educating myself on certain things, and how to overcome it. And again, if you want like a one-on-one session with me, I'm going to make those available eventually. But right now, my main focus is just on building community and finding like-minded people who are on the same type of time as us. And yeah, the sky is the limit. Like, I want to have literally a store with creators, items, everybody's items in there. Like, I want to have a space where people can literally get, like, I don't know, thrive and survive and get paid for just being their most authentic self. Because I feel like, I don't know, if you're like, I don't know, this world sometimes feels like, what am I doing here? Like, why am I here? Why am I in this universe? Like, I feel like I'm in the Matrix sometimes. Like, I feel like I'm not vibrating on the same frequency as people here. Like, you guys, when you die, you can't take any of the money with you. I don't know, like, this world is corrupt, and sometimes I just feel like I don't belong here, but God has us here for a reason and a purpose, and I truly feel like my purpose is to help people. So that is the whole point of me making this channel. This is my first video, so I'm sure, like, you know, as the time goes by, I'll make better videos and stuff like that. But I appreciate you guys just engaging with whoever subscribes or engages with it. I appreciate it. And what I'm not gonna do is try to get people who are, if you're not on that type of time, like, you don't have to subscribe or watch. Like, respectfully, to you be your way, to me be mine. But I'm not begging for subscribers or followers, and it's not from a place of ego, like, oh, I'm not doing that. No, it's from a place of, I truly want only people who authentically want to be here, because this is something that's going to be turned into a way bigger thing. Like, this is going to be a membership based healing, like pretty much a healing and wellness community, that our main goal is to have unity amongst humanity. So this is, everyone is welcomed. It doesn't matter what because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you've done, where you've been, it doesn't matter. We all have different stories, trials and tribulations, and healing is needed, and community is needing for healing to take place. Okay? I don't even know you guys, and I love you guys, and I'm excited for the journey to take you guys on. So the first topic that I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to drop that video this Saturday. The first topic that I'm going to talk about is It Didn't Start With You. So I read a book called It Didn't Start With You, and it just talks about how trauma is passed down from generation to generation in the womb. Because when you carry 3 generations of trauma. So like, when your grandmother was pregnant with your mom, she already had the eggs that she was born with inside of her. So subconsciously, like, her experiences, what she's going through while she's pregnant, she passed it down to my mom, and then my mom passed it down to me. And then when I was born, my unborn kids, like, they're carrying the trauma for 3 generations. So I'm gonna go more in depth about how a lot of the time you beating yourself up, it's not your fault. Like, you're just a human. Okay, like, you were born into, because that's why they say generational curses. A generational curse is something that's passed down through generations. So from a scientific level, like, they did experiments and studies, which I'll go a little more in depth with on my YouTube video I'm dropping on Saturday. That's going to be about the book It Didn't Start With You. But yeah, like, they did scientific studies on how a lot of the time you just carrying trauma from generation after generation. So like, imagine if this is your story, like, and I'm just making this up off the top of my head, but imagine if, you know what, I'm gonna use my family, you know. All right, so there's a lot of addiction, there's a lot of trauma that runs in my family. So for example, like, both of my grandparents, addiction runs on both sides. So like, my dad's parents both died from addiction. Like, they lost custody of him. He grew up in foster care. My mom's parents, my grandma never did anything, but her dad was a drug addict. So 3 out of my 4 grandparents have addiction issues. And I think that So now I'm predispositioned to have addiction issues. And it's not that, like, it could be anything. It could just be the food okay, I have a favorite snack. You can eat one of your favorite snack every so often. You don't have to get a whole box. And like, I would do everything in just excess, and I didn't know how severe addiction ran in my family. So then when I found, because my mom never sat down and talked to us about this, so when I actually found out, like, okay, this isn't something, it didn't start with me. Like, I have heroin addicts. I have aunts and cousins that were like on real drugs in New York, and something in me has that same addictive gene where I can't do stuff the way other people can. As a Muslim, I'm not supposed to do anything anyway, but as a human, I was still, you know, I would make mistakes and do, you know, sometimes, you know, dibble and dabble. I haven't drank in it's been years, because I can't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it becomes a habit, and okay, every time I want to have fun, I have to do that. My addictive personality. So once I realized it didn't start with me, it helped me learn how to manage myself a little bit better. So now I know, like, my limits. Like, I can go to a party with an open bar and I'm not gonna touch anything, because I know, like, me having a drink could fuck up the next 6 months of my life. Excuse my language, like, mess up. I don't know the guidelines, like, for what you can say on here. Astaghfirullah, I shouldn't have said that. But it could mess up. Like, me having one drink can have me spiral for a month, where I'm drinking every single weekend, or I might have a bottle of wine with every meal. Like, I'm not that type of person who can do that. So I think that that's what healing is about. Once you have the knowledge, now you know, and then you can make a conscious decision to do better. Now, why was I drinking, or why was I smoking? Whatever vice that I was choosing to use, why was I using that? To escape. What was I trying to escape from? There was a certain level of pain that I felt, that I live with, that I carry with me, which is a generational curse. Like, because my mom feels that pain, my grandma feels that pain, and that's why they'll be depressed at little time. So this is why, and we need to have these types of conversations, because this isn't talked about enough. Everybody's so busy trying to look good, feel good. It's like, get to the root of why you are the way you are. There's like a guide map to you, and that comes from your history. Like, who are you? How were you raised? Like, the people who raised you, tell me about them, their background. The same way when you go to the doctor, they want to know about your medical history. I want to know I want to connect on a deeper level. Like, I'm not buying this. Like, I'm not buying this whatever mask that you have on in the world. Like say you're super successful in the world, or you're like a doctor and you drive like a Lambo, and I'm just making all this up, by the way. But say you're a doctor and you're driving a Lambo, and like, you have this lavish lifestyle, but like, that's cool, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love that you show the commitment to be able to do that, to put yourself first, to, you know, it displays like discipline for sure. But who are you? Like, outside of that uniform, who are you? And I think that I desire to know people on a deeper level. Like, I desire to connect on a deeper level. And for some people, that's intense and that's too much, because some people just like to be surface level. You feel me? So that's why I'm creating this community again. So I'm just gonna make this video. I was just gonna do like a 15-minute video. I'm gonna make it a little bit longer. So I played basketball my whole life. I've always liked little lip gloss, makeup, so that's how I ended up starting a beauty business. I got married when I was 18, so yeah, I'm 28, but I'm not married, because I don't know, I did it really young, and it's taking me a little longer to do it the second time. So whenever God wills, and I needed to heal, to be honest. The oldest daughter, it's so crazy, because when you think about, who am I? Like, what am I? When I think of who I am, it's like I think of all these roles that I fulfill, but who I am is not fulfilling a role. So who am I? Like, who am I? I'm creative, I'm caring, I'm loving. I have a problem with over loving. I've realized, like, even my addiction comes to relationships. Like, I get overly, like, even if I don't want you, it's just something about me being familiar with you. No, we keeping it like this. So I've had to learn how to, like, only give God that love. Humans do not deserve that crazy possessive, like, you belong to me type of love. No, relax. you're going to kill yourself. And nobody really wants that. It takes the enjoyment out of a relationship. So like, the whole purpose of a relationship is for you to choose a person and for them to choose you. And when you're so obsessed with the person that you don't give them the space to feel like they're choosing you, I don't know. So yeah, when I think about it, I live out loud. I'm bold. I say things that other people wouldn't say sometimes. I've learned how to filter it though, so it's not rude, but I also have realized like that's my personality. Like, I'm not finna not say nothing. If I gotta say something, I gotta say it. I'm not about to sit with it on my chest. Like, I'm gonna just get it out. I'm gonna get it off. But I know I'm not for, I think I've also learned that like, I'm a very confident person. I'm bold. Like, I just think that I live out loud. That's just the best way to put it. And if you don't live out loud or you repress parts of yourself, you're not gonna like me like that, because I'm not repressing me for you. I'm not repressing parts of me. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna do me. I'm not gonna let nobody force me to do anything I don't want to do. And that's just what it is. Like, when I think of me as an animal, I think of me as like a bull. Not a bull, but like hard to move. Like, I'm doing what I want to do. Like, and I am stubborn. It has been to a point where I have had to realize, like, you're rebelling. God is trying to lead your life in a different direction, and you're rebelling against God, and that's what's keeping you stagnant. I've been stubborn in the wrong situations, but I know it's a part of, I'm not easily moved. Like, that's why I'm really loyal. Like, when I lock in with a business, with a relationship, it's like I'm locked in. I'm on that every day. Because that's the type of person I am. So I know that, again, I'm not for everybody. And I used to think something was wrong with me because of how naturally I am. But like, I'm not for everybody and everybody not for me. You feel me? Like, I've become very comfortable with who I am. And I've become also comfortable with the responses from other people. Like, it don't make or break me. Like, whether you like me or don't like me, I like myself. Now, sometimes there is behavior that I have needed to change. So again, like, I'll make jokes, because I grew up with like a dad who made jokes. Like, he'll be like, you know, you look like a big white whale, or my family will make rude jokes. And I don't know, I grew up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people calling you, because I was always the lightest person at every school I went to. People would call you a white dog. I mean, I'm used to people talking crazy, like joking in a way that's talking crazy. So the older I've gotten, I've realized like, people don't like that. People do not. I don't know. Some people take that to the heart. Like, I remember, I don't know, like, people, for some reason, people just care when I joke about certain stuff. Like, for example, I used to talk to this guy, and he was older, and he said that he had like man boobs or something, but he didn't have, he said that, like, we went to the beach, and I think he wore like a wife beater, and he said it's because he had man boobs. And I'm just like, why would you say that? Like, that's not something you say. I think I started laughing or something, or like, I was just laughing really hard, but I don't know, like, I wasn't trying to offend him, but he got really offended, and he said I joke in a way like that is like that's like talking about him. And I'm just like, I don't know, like, my sense of humor not your sense of humor, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody so my sense of humor is a little dark sometimes. Like, I'll laugh at stuff that's not funny, even about myself. Like, that's just me. So I'm cool, I'm kind, I'm witty. Sometimes I just be chilling, and I do have a bold personality. But other than that, I've learned how to not take up, I've also learned that I take up a lot of space about myself. Like, I take up a lot of space. Like, you gotta like me for real to share your space with me, because I've realized like I take up a lot of room, and if you don't have the capacity to receive me, like, who I am naturally is going to irritate you. So through my healing journey, I've spent so much time being everything to everybody else, like being a sister, being a daughter, being a business owner. Like, I feel like I'm just figuring out like who I am, my personality. And like, as a child, I was helping my mom take care of her other kids, so I didn't even get the chance to figure out who I am, why I do what I do, what brings me joy, what's my passion, like, why am I like this? And through my journey of healing, that is what brought me to want to do Radiant Souls, because I believe there are people in the world who are on the same frequency, who want to heal, who want to do better, who want to learn learn why they are the way they are. They want to heal, but it's not as common as you think. So I welcome you to Radiant Souls with open arms. I'm gonna do a podcast with my mom, actually. It's funny, we're gonna start it in a couple weeks, but I'm gonna start dropping episodes for Radiant Souls twice a week. So I'm gonna drop them every Wednesday and every Saturday for now. If I have time, I'll do about 3, so it'll be Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. But I'm gonna drop on YouTube multiple times a week, and then I'm gonna start to have a podcast that comes out every 2 weeks for Radiant Souls. And it's the same thing. And the podcast is, the Radiant Souls podcast is mainly talking about family stuff, like, okay, maybe a difficult conversation that you couldn't have with your mom. Like, me and my mom have really talked through a lot of stuff, like a lot of things she did to cause me pain, a lot of things, like we've worked through really big things, and we feel like the dynamic of our relationship will make it easier for other people to work through certain trauma that they have with their family, or, you know, just certain things. So it's not gonna be heavy, it's just gonna be real talk. Like, because every podcast I see, sometimes it's like everything's not about relationships, everything's not a joke. Like, sometimes you got to talk about the real stuff. So it's gonna be funny, it's gonna be cool, but it's also gonna be informative. So I will see you guys back here on Saturday. Please subscribe to my channel, show all the love, and the love will come back to you. The universe will organically send the love back to you. So again, love you guys. Continue being a radiant soul in this world. Do not let this world dim your light. And we will meet back here on Saturday. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Radiant. I think, you know what, that's so messed up. I think it's _radiant_souls. I had to change it because somebody had kind of like took my name when I didn't use my socials for a while. So I'm gonna leave the Instagram and the TikTok below. But again, love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and drop below topics that you'd like to be discussed.